Hi guys, welcome to my channel. It's Mo here. I am getting ready to record my Lughnasadh video. Um, Lughnasadh is one of the Sabbats in the Wheel of the Year. It is August 1st that we celebrate Lughnasadh, and it's also known as Lammas, Lammas, Lammas. And there are several Sabbats in the year, the Wheel of the Year, pardon me. And so I like to call it Lughnasadh because Lammas is more of, Lughnasadh is more of a pagan term for the celebration on August 1st in the Northern Hemisphere. So today is July 31st, and I thought I'd do a little bit of a Lughnasadh ritual for you guys and for me as well before I go ahead and switch my altar from the Litha altar, which was the last Sabbat that we celebrated in the Wheel of the Year. I also did a video on the Litha Sabbat if you're interested in finding out a little bit about what the Litha was about. But that was actually celebrating, you know, the summer and the peak of the summer. And now we're going to be celebrating Lughnasadh on August 1st, which is tomorrow, 2020, in the Northern Hemisphere, like I said, because in the Southern Hemisphere, they celebrate the Sabbat on the opposite side of the one that we're celebrating. So I don't know all the details, but I just know that Lughnasadh is one of the first harvest celebrations in the Wheel of the Year. So I have several things that I will be putting on my altar. One is, I picked these from outside. They're like little, they look like wheat. So wheat is one of the ways that you can represent Lughnasadh on your altar. And I picked them, I picked several of them off of from outside. They're just like, they were just there, and they haven't shed or anything, which is really nice. Like I thought they might start to just drop off, but they didn't. So I'll be putting that on the altar to represent the Sabbat Lughnasadh. Also, sunflowers are a good flower to represent Lughnasadh. So I got these all from a secondhand store, but you can also buy them like at a Dollar Tree or dollar store. And I made a wreath, kind of like a pentacle, like a star wreath. I bought all this stuff at the secondhand store, but I got the sticks from outside, and I glued the sticks together with a glue gun, and I put a little like a little bit of yarn to hold it up against the nail. So I'll put that on the back of my altar, because right now I have my Litha altar, which is more of like a summer altar. And also another way to celebrate Lughnasadh, besides the wheat and the sunflowers on your altar, is the celebration of the harvest. So grapes are very prevalent at this time of the year, I suppose, because grapes are another way that you can represent Lughnasadh on an altar. Fruits in general, actually, like I have an apple candle that I got at a secondhand store as well. So that is also part of the harvest. You know, a lot of people go apple picking at this time, I suppose. So an apple doesn't smell like an apple because it's a candle, but it's a good way to celebrate Lughnasadh, to celebrate the fact that the harvest is coming in. And so Lugh is a god, and Lughnasadh is the celebration of Lugh. So Nasad means what means a gathering, and Lugh is obviously the god. So we still have the feminine energy of the bountifulness of Mother Earth. So we still have the goddess energy, but we are also celebrating Lughnasadh in the sense that Lugh fought with another deity, and he won the harvest for the people. So every year at this time in the Northern Hemisphere, we celebrate the fact that Lugh won the harvest for the human beings. And also another thing that I looked up that I found out was that Lugh's mother, who I don't remember her name, but she actually died clearing the field for the harvest. And so another way we celebrate Lughnasadh is by honoring Lugh's mother. And as you remember, if you watched my Litha video, probably that we were celebrating the longest day of the year, and that we were celebrating how soon we would be going to transition back into darkness. So we are still celebrating Mother Earth for sure. We are always celebrating Mother Earth, but one of the things that I found out was that you know, Mother Earth is still in her bountiful state, but the god is going to be reborn again in the winter. But he's basically on, he's declining. He's going further up in age, and his power is declining. But the goddess is standing beside him and keeping him strong by being there with him in his old age, and staying by him and giving him the support that he needs. So again, it's that balance between male energy and female energy, the goddess and the god. And so so I am going to read a ritual from my Celtic Tree Ritual book. It is written by Charlene Hidalgo, author of The Healing Power of Trees. So Charlene Hidalgo, and it's called Celtic Tree Rituals. And there is a ritual in here for Lughnasadh, also known as Lammas. The thing is that I just want to kind of go over a little bit of what the Wheel of the Year is about, because the Wheel of the Year is a practice that most pagans take part in, and it's a way to celebrate the turning of the seasons. So as far as I can remember, there are 8 sabbats in the Wheel of the Year. Pardon me, because I'm still learning as well. I'm new to this pagan path, so I'm learning about the sabbats as I'm teaching them at the same time. And if there's anything that I say that I'm not sure of, I will look it up just to make sure that I'm telling you, legit stuff. But so far, everything that I've said to you about Lughnasadh is accurate according to what I've looked up on the internet. So before I start switching my altar from my Litha altar to my Lughnasadh altar, and also I will take you on that journey with me while I switch up my altar. I will just videotape little bits of how it's coming along while I'm going. But let's just start off by doing the Lughnasadh ceremony. I want to get myself into the headspace to redecorate my altar. So so it's also known as Lammas, Lughnasadh, Lughnasadh, and this is going to be the ceremony that I'll be doing from this book, Celtic Tree Rituals, which you can purchase if you want. There are other rituals in this book. It does cover the 8 sabbats, but it also covers all other Celtic Tree rituals that you can do at different times of the year. So let's just read the book together and get into the energy of celebration for this first of the harvest. This is it is the first celebration out of the celebration of the harvest. And so I am super excited for fall to come. I am loving the summer, yes, but I'm also looking forward to darker days. I am a winter baby, so as much as the winter is a tough time of year, I feel like I really connect with, colder seasons. But the summer is beautiful, and I love to honor the goddess and the god and their states during like the spring, summer, into fall, and even winter. I love it all. So here we go. Lammas celebrates the first fruits of the harvest. This is the time in Celtic traditions where marriage took place, legal proceedings were dealt with, and contests and sporting events occurred. This was a time of gratitude for the abundance of the season. So, like I said, it's that idea of the fact that the harvest is coming and we're starting to bring in the harvest. So welcome to this ceremony, this Lammas ceremony. My name is Mauh. If you're new to my channel, welcome. That's short for Moharet. I am going to start by calling in the directions. So when I say calling in the directions, I mean north, east, south, and west. Spirits of north, spirits of east, spirits of south, spirit of west. Join us if you would like in this celebration of the earth and the elements that go along with the earth. Earth, air, fire, water, north, east, south, west. This celebration occurs on August Eve, which is July 31st. And it is called Lammas, the Feast of the Bread, which is what I was saying to you about how I have this thing that I want to represent wheat on my altar. So the Feast of the Bread, Lughnasadh or Lughnasadh. This is a celebration of gratitude. We are grateful for the harvest. feasting, and general merriment. We celebrate agriculture, which is like farming and stuff. We celebrate the holy union of the great goddess and the great god, represented by Care and Herne, the hunter. The hunter becomes the great horned stag god Cernunnos, the sun slash stag slash god slash hunter. Whether we are talking about the sacrifice of the deer or the sacrifice of the god Lugh or Lud or Lugh, the vegetation deity, Lugh, right? We are giving gratitude for that which has been sacrificed, in brackets reaped, and buried, in brackets composted, to ensure life. So the idea that there are people working hard to ensure that we get the food that we need on our table to allow us to continue to live. Every part of that which was sacrificed, which was put into the earth to grow up and to feed us, or the work that was put in, the sacrifice of other things in order for people to work to give us what we need to live and eat, was a gift to the mother. So every part of that which was sacrificed was a gift to the mother to renew and replenish the soil. We are talking about death as a means of supporting life. We are grateful for the sacrifice. Gratitude is imperative, so it's necessary to be grateful at this time. This is also a time when we honor the sun god of light, Lugh. Thus the fullness of summer, and the zenith of the sun are celebrated. Again, we're still celebrating the sun and the summer, as represented by the astrological sign of Leo. So right now we are in the astrological sign of Leo. So if you're born within this time, you are a zodiac sign Leo. This light enters our body through the food that we consume. So the food that picks up the light in order to grow, we consume that food, and it's like we are consuming the light in the food. We honor all those that are involved in the planting, reaping, and production of our food. So agriculture, farmers, as well as the hunters and gatherers. So people who, provide us with the animals that we eat, or the people that provide us with the berries that we eat, or anything that comes from the earth and that is part of Mother Earth. We honor all those that are involved in the planting, reaping, and production of our food, as well as the hunters and gatherers. I'm so excited. We honor the food, we honor the animals, we honor the four elements, and open to the power and vibration of spirit, light, and unity consciousness. It's amazing. It's because so many people are celebrating Lughnasadh today and tomorrow, and we are going into Lughnasadh. So it's not just 1 day or 2 days that we celebrate it. We celebrate it right until the next Sabbat is coming on the wheel of the year, as the year is turning. So we allow the love to fill us and remind us of our true nature, which is not of time or place, but is everywhere and everything simultaneously. The seeds that are gathered will be stored so that they can be planted in the spring, so that the vegetation god can rise again from the dead as a new crop cycle begins. So I'm going to do this chant, and of course I'm going to take out my drum and we'll try to keep the beat here, and we'll do the chant. It's a short chant, so let's go. Kind of get the beat here. What is the teaching of Lammas? Gratitude. Our lives depend on her bounty. Behold, the mother feeds us and she cares for us. In turn, we care for the flora and fauna that share our worlds. We seek to be her worthy stewards and guardians. So what is the teaching of Lammas? The teaching of Lammas is that the earth is sacred. Okay, so I will read the guided meditation. I hope you guys enjoyed that. That was fun. So let's close our eyes and go within. Obviously, I can't close my eyes because I'm reading, but if you want to close your eyes, feel free to do that, and I'll read the guided meditation to you guys. And this is just to prepare us for Lughnasadh. This is like a video so that if you don't know what to do for Lughnasadh, you can watch this video and you can feel like somehow you're honoring, the goddess and the god and the season that is coming on us, and everything that goes with harvesting and gathering and reaping what we have worked so hard for, and whatever we are manifesting in our lives. It can also be a time where we can celebrate what we have manifested or what we are planning on manifesting, so it's a very exciting time, and I'm really looking forward to fixing my altar for Lughnasadh. But let's get into the guided meditation. So if you can, close your eyes and go within. Take some time to rest here as you slow down and focus on your breath. Take some deep breaths. Let yourself relax. Sit in this quiet space for a brief time. Allow yourself to travel beyond the borders of the world to outer space. Know that you are fully protected as you view the little spinning blue ball that we call Earth. See her in all her splendor and think about how perfect she is. See her absolute beauty. From this perspective, all your troubles and thoughts fade away, and you see the intense perfection of life on planet Earth. As you return to your home planet, you find yourself in a clearing within a forest. You see all kinds of trees and plant life, as well as the little creatures and birds that live here. You see a profusion of life. You see and smell the colorful flowers as you hear the buzzing bees as they gather their nectar. Above you, you see the sun, the blue sky, and the rolling clouds. You begin to understand how all this profusion fits together to support life, and how the mystery reveals itself in this profusion. You experience how blessed you are to be part of this story. You feel a deep sense of responsibility for stewarding this life and for protecting it. You feel a deep gratitude for this life that sustains you. You feel a deep gratitude for this life that sustains you. You know that it is your responsibility to honor life as sacred and protect your planet in her purity, her water, her soil, her air, and her great heart that shares so bountifully. You deeply feel gratitude, and she is happy to receive your gratitude. Take a moment to commune with Gaia and thank her. When you feel complete, you may slowly begin to return. You can return to this forest clearing anytime you want to. You will be reminded that you live in a paradise. When you are ready, open your eyes. So that's the end of the guided meditation. There is also an activity that can be done. It involves bread. It's a bread blessing. So it can be an activity where we pass around the bread that we have prepared, because Lughnasadh is a good time to make bread as well with the wheat. So what we could have done if we were in person together was we could have had some homemade bread or even store-bought bread. It doesn't matter, because we're also celebrating the people that make these things for us. So we would pass around the bread that we had prepared or that we had bought, and each participant would take a small piece of the bread off of the bread loaf. And then we would read this together. So, bread is symbolically eaten as we internalize the light of the vegetation, the grain that feeds us. The grain or the corn symbolizes the holy mystery that as both seed and edible fruit, we feed our bodies and allow for a new season of growth and life. So the idea that, everything has light inside it, bread is symbolically eaten as we internalize the light of the vegetation, the grain that feeds us, because the grain grows with the sunlight, right? This could not grow without the sunlight. So all the sun that goes into the grain to make it grow, then when we create bread with the grain, it's like we are eating the light of the grain. Sorry, I dropped it. Sorry guys, I'm dropping stuff. Okay, so the grain or the corn symbolizes the holy mystery that as both seed and edible fruit, we feed our bodies and allow for a new season of growth and life. Thus, the virgin and maiden aspect of the goddess represents the child of the earth, the fruits of the first harvest. So that is like the earth's child, the fruits that come up, the grain that comes up, all those things that we can eat that come up from the earth, that is the earth's child, because she gives birth to all that stuff for us. Thus, the virgin and maiden aspect of the goddess represents the child of the earth, the fruits of the first harvest, which is what we celebrate at Lughnasadh. We celebrate the first of the harvest festivals. So the mother is the life-giving aspect and holy magic that manifests the fruit. The crone is the withered plant gone to seed, ready to rest in the underworld to be resurrected in the spring. So we're celebrating mother, maiden, and crone within the goddess energy. Mother as the earth brings forth what we need to eat. Crone as the seeds fall into the ground, and mother and maiden as that seed is in the ground and starting to grow. The crone is the withered plant gone to seed, ready to rest in the underworld to be resurrected in the spring. So this is the time when we would eat our bread and we would repeat after me, because I am the leader of this ceremony. So we would eat our bread and we would say this together. We celebrate this nature magic today. So you can repeat after me. So we celebrate this nature magic today. You can go ahead and say it. We celebrate this nature magic today. We absorb this mystery and this renewal. By eating this bread, we eat the light of our sun, and we acknowledge our own power. We give our gratitude to our Mother Earth for all that she supplies us. We promise to create beauty just as she does. We promise to shine like our sun. We give our gratitude for this harvest and for this life, and so it is. We give our gratitude for this first harvest and for this life. We give our gratitude, and so it is. So there's also an activity in this book that we could do, but it's called making a seed rattle, which we're not going to do. We could also share after that. We would go around in a circle and each of us would rattle our rattles that we made, and we would share what we are grateful for, which has come to fruition in our life. So if you can think of something that you're grateful for which has come to fruition in your life, make sure that you can think of something, because I feel like that's a really good way to celebrate Lughnasadh, is to think of something in your life that has come to fruition, that has manifested itself, that you are truly grateful for. And for me, I'm grateful for who I am. I'm grateful for the person that I have become and the person that I have manifested myself to be at this time. and for the people that love me. I'm grateful for them. I'm grateful for so many things, but especially what I'm grateful for is the fact that I have manifested this life for myself. And so if you could think of something that you're grateful for that you can think of, that would be a good way to continue celebrating Lughnasadh in your own way. Yeah, well, we're going to end this ceremony by releasing the directions with gratitude. So I release the spirits of the north. I release the spirits of the south. I release the spirits of the east, and I release the spirits of the west. May you be blessed. I release the element of earth, air, fire, and water, the spirits that are of earth, air, fire, and water. May you be blessed. And I honor the goddess and the god as we are honoring the harvest, the first of the harvests of the first fruits. May the goddess and the god be blessed, and may they live forever in bountiful energy and love. So mote it be, so mote it be, so mote it be. So guys, that was the celebration for Lughnasadh. I hope it wasn't too long for you. So I will go ahead and start filming me doing my altar, and you know, if there's any way that you want to, you know, make your own altar, that would be cool too. But if not, you can stick around and see how my altar turns out. I'll bring you with me, and I'll see you perhaps when I'm done. But if I don't, please subscribe to my channel if you enjoy my style and my videos. Click the notification bell so you don't miss a video when it comes out first thing. Remember to give it a thumbs up if you like this video, and if not, you can give it a thumbs down, but please, I would like a comment as to why. If you can do that for me, I'd really appreciate it, because it would help me to improve my channel. My name is Mo, and I'll see you in my next video, but right now let's do my altar. Bye guys. Alright guys, so this is what it's going to look like now. It's really dirty. I took everything off of the altar, and I'm going to sweep behind the altar, and I'm going to clean off all this stuff I have a bucket with Lysol and a clean rag, and then after I clean off all this stuff with my Lysol, I am going to put the stuff away, and I'm going to take out everything for Lughnasadh that I have in my bin here, including the altar cloth. Guys, I just wanted to show you that I have a bedside table as my altar. So I put up the new back star. But yeah, this is just a bedside table, so don't feel like you have to have a special table for your altar. It's like right next to the bed. So again, guys, I just wanted to show you that this is what I'm starting with. I just put like a cloth that I found and bought at a secondhand store, and yeah, we're gonna go ahead and put everything back on the altar. Alright guys, so I finished my altar for Lughnasadh. Let's just bring it in closer. So I put all the grains that represent the wheat for Lughnasadh. I have a little ceramic loaf to represent bread, yellow to represent the sun, green on the altar cloth to represent Mother Earth still in her abundance. I have grapes to represent, you know, the fruits of the earth. I've got the sunflowers. I got my apples in the corner there. I've put a little bit of an offering, and it's a drink to the goddess and the god, and I've put all my deities back on my altar. And I have my cauldron, Sir Nuno's back there, crystal ball, Ceridwen, and I've got my hermit card there. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll see why I put a hermit card on the altar, Mo_moon. So I just thought that I'd let you see the finished result. You see, even though it's put together on top of a bedside table, it's still a divine place for me to go and to be at peace. Blessed be. Bye.